on now. This is Arthur Seay and Matt Bischoff, and we are Riff Killers Podcast.
Welcome to Riff Killers Podcast. Artie,
oh, now.
It is a fine day here in Ohio. It's like
fine day
degrees.
Here in Southern California.
Dude, it always is. And sometimes when I walk around outside, I'm like, it's sunny out. I can't imagine living in a climate that's like fucking dope all the time. You get to live it.
Well, I mean, in the summer, it is brutally hot. It's 110 all day or 120. And at night, sometimes it's like still 100 degrees. But I'll take that over snow and shoveling and ice and salt pouring on your shit and shoveling roads and scraping ice off your windshield. You don't have to like scrape off the heat and shovel the heat. It's brutal, but you know, the rest of the time of year, it's amazing. And lately, it's just been amazing. We're like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit outside and like enjoy it. I know it's going to be 110 every day, all day, real soon.
Yeah, I hear you. Take it while you can get it, man. And I tell you what. Today's episode of the podcast, Mikey Doling from Snot. Now, I was familiar with Snot back in the day. I never owned their record. So after we did the podcast, stuff we did with Mikey, I went out to my local record store and I said, hey, can you order Snot? I think the album's called Get Some or whatever. So I bought that shit on vinyl, man. And I texted Mikey. Cool. He's like, holy shit. It was like, you know, they do the music on vinyl. So they did like a reissue of it because originally, I don't think there was like an original pressing.
Probably not, because that was, when was that? That was...
long time ago. Yeah. But so we talk a lot with Mikey about his time in Snot. And then he's got some new bands that he's doing. He's actually
he's an all-around guy, man. He's had a good career. He's worked hard. You know, it's not a sad story. It's a rad story too. Where you know they wrote their stuff. They came up and they got a deal. They were blown up, and sadly the singer died. But then he's been a hired gun in a lot of cool bands. You know, with Max from Sepultura and stuff like that. So and then he hustles, man. He produces a lot and. He's always got something going on. He's a good dude. He's a knowledgeable guy about the industry and as well. So, you know, for you band member people out there, you know, this is a good episode to listen to and learn a thing or two. You know what I mean?
And some great stories with Dimebag, Daryl, and stuff like that, man. Like,
absolutely.
It was super fucking cool as a huge Pantera fan to hear just being on the tour bus and stuff and Dime wanting to party because it was like Soulfly and you know, Dime and them were on tour together and beautiful stories. So Mikey Doling, super down to earth. I'm stoked for this to drop, man. So you guys are going to dig it. Check it out. Mikey Doling, Riff Killers. Arthur, like you're from Indio, Arthur.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start from the fucking beginning because of a recent post Mikey did about Chronics. So anybody, I guess we're started. You fucking thanks, Mikey, for coming on.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Back in the day, I'm gonna start it with a fucking story. I don't give a shit. Back in the day, dude. So you posted that picture of Chronics. Back in the day, I don't remember. You guys played in Palm Springs. What the fuck was that place called? I can't remember.
I couldn't tell you the name of it either.
Yeah,
but it was my band in the 80s. And we're a thrash metal band.
Yeah.
And I lived down in Coachella. I grew up down there in Coachella Valley. And I moved away when I was 19 up to Santa Barbara. I followed a girl up there to go to college. And
nice.
I started a thrash metal band at Santa Barbara. And then we were pretty fucking good.
And that was Chronics.
Yeah, it was Chronics.
Exactly. Okay, cool.
And we were actually pretty damn good.
Dude, it was totally cool, man. It was like that whole kind of like, I don't know, Exodus, fucking Anthrax, fucking
Testament.
All that shit. Yeah, man.
And I would bring it down to Palm Springs once in a while and play down
I can't remember the fit, but the part of the story is like me and Mike Cancino, German Unit and all that stuff. House of Broken Promises. We went, and it was probably like that. It was probably like fucking 89 or something.
89, 90, maybe.
Yeah, man. It was. It was. I forget the place. But it was cool. I think Enrage played.
The fuck was the name of that place?
It'll come to me.
Was it called Adrian's?
No, it wasn't Adrian's. It was something else. There was Adrian's. That was down the street more. This was this one place that was like randomly there. It was more of that.
Right.
But we went to the show. I'm like, all right. Everybody's like, all right, it's cool. All right.
It's only 30 years ago, man. You don't.
Yeah, I know. And then, dude, I remember like yesterday. And then like we're leaving. And then Mike's Mike, dude. Like he's always like, hey man, he's
Casino?
like, yeah. He's the happy guy. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. And there was the fucking classic, fucking thrash homie, who fucking instantly had it out for Mike.
Who?
Like he kind of fucked with them all night, like kind of bumping into him shit for no reason. So at the end of the night, I'm like, Mike, we gotta get out of here. Yeah, this isn't a happy story. I go, Mike. I go, we should probably get that. Well, it's happy, it's funny too, but I go, we should probably get the fuck out of here, man. Like, what's this guy's deal? You know that guy? He's like, I don't fucking even know that guy, man.
Oh, no.
So we're leaving, and the dude comes up and sucker punches Mike.
Oh, God.
Like right from behind, runs
Were
up.
we on stage when this?
No, it was over. It was everything
okay.
was over. We were hanging out. I think we were talking to Brad or something. Bert, you know what I mean? Like when Bert Vela was in Rage
Bert.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back. Fuck. This is part of the fucking desert lore that nobody knows about.
Yeah, that's
So the guy
this is
straight.
old school.
Yeah, no, dude, this is fucking yeah. So the guy straight up
3
sucker punches
decades.
Mike.
Yeah.
And then it just instantly turns into like, and then there was this guy standing there that I think knew Mike, because I was like already, getting the fuck out. Like I said, hey, let's get the fuck out of here.
And Mike's a tiny guy, especially
Dude,
back then.
he doesn't fucking never been in a fight in his life.
Right,
like,
right.
fucking, you know what I mean? Like totally. But he's always the guy that he would always get picked on. I don't know, just because he's looking around. And this is when we were kids. He's like this skinny little white Mexican. Like he's whiter than me, but he's fucking 100% Mexican.
He's a
He's got he's got long hair then and shit. He's all skinny.
Yeah.
Hell
of a drummer.
Dude, insane. One of the best.
Yeah.
But it instantly turned into like this guy fucking jumped on that guy, then this guy, that, and just instantly the whole parking lot ignited. It was probably like 50 people beating the shit out of each other. Dude, it finally mellowed out when like one dude like smashed this guy's head into the fucking like a car window and broke it.
I remember that, man.
Yeah, it got that gnarly where
Dude, that was
I grabbed Mike. I'm like, let's fucking go, dude. Like, and
I was standing right there. That's so funny. You know what? We played with it was the Weirdos and the singer from Fishbone had a band with Flea and Fushante, and that's who we played with that night. It was Chronic opening up for them. Yes.
Fuck, I don't remember that part.
Yes, that's the night that happened.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's dope. Yeah, because it was packed.
Totally packed. We were opening up for them. And I felt real weird because they were a full-on punk band. It was like a side thing that Flea, the Chili Peppers, and Angelo from Fishbone and John Frusciante had.
Dude, Fishbone played, wasn't my prom. I think it was the year after. Played Indio High School's prom.
Get out, really?
Fishbone. Yeah, dude.
Hey, Mom and Paul.
Yeah, dude, because everybody was so into that, like,
wow.
The whatever committee, like, they went and that's when they weren't really doing shit. You ever watch that documentary on them? It's a trip.
I want to, but dude, Fishbone, actually,
it's sad too. It's like, fuck.
In 2019, they played this show.
Prom, bro.
It was out in Tennessee, and John Garcia's solo band played, and Brant Bjork played. A whole bunch of bands, dude. It was outdoor music fest. And I showed up and Fishbone played. I was like, fuck, dude, I haven't seen them since, back in the day. And then Alice in Chains just got nominated for this Mopop Award in Seattle, and all these different bands did tributes to them, cover songs, and Fishbone was one of them as well. So I was like,
it was
fuck,
really
man.
good. Yeah.
It was, dude. Like, that was one of the most killer fucking sets.
Man, absolutely crushing. Every band did a really good job, too.
They did.
But you know what? You play an Alice in Chains song, it's going to be killer because their songs are so fucking awesome.
I know. Even that one dude that did it was some like singer-songwriter did Rain When I Die, but it was like a folky, acoustic, totally different sounding, but it was beautiful, dude. And it's like, yeah,
Right.
killer songs.
Korn did one.
Yeah, that sounded killer.
Yep.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. But so when you're in Chronics, dude, and this fight breaks out and stuff, were you guys almost on the verge of success record deal type shit?
We were talking to labels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we were just not quite good enough. It was like my first real band. Yeah. All the other guys in the band were a little younger than me. Everybody was 18, 19, I was 21. Right. Or 20, I was like an old guy.
Yeah.
And
that was me too with Mike and Eddie. Yeah.
I was in the band because I could buy beer.
Yeah.
But
hey man, you play guitar good too. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I'm kidding, but that was the ongoing joke. But we were talking like Megaforce or something back then. And
that'd be the right,
a few labels. Zoo Records, who signed Tool. They were a small label at the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they were all these labels came and saw us, but they always fucking passed. We're always this close. And we would pack everywhere we played. Like every time they come, we'd be headlining. There'd be 500-600 kids diving off the stage, good energy. But then they would listen to our demo, and it was like,
So, do you have any releases? Did you guys ever release like a record or anything?
If you go on YouTube, you can see a video, and then you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The song's 7.5 minutes. Like one part has nothing to do with the other part. Like
Dude, me and Mike's old like metal band back in the day. Same era was like every song's like 6.5 minutes. Fucking,
you're piecing
like because we're all like in the Racer X and Ozzy, so in fucking Dream Theater and shit. So everything was like musical breaks and long solos. But I mean, it didn't get boring. But it's still 6.5.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool. You look back, you're like,
even an Ozzy song at 6.5 minutes is long. It's too long.
Right. But back then, I was like. How can they not sign us? We're so good. And then I look back on it, I'm like, all right, get it. Yeah.
Dude, that's classic. And so Chronics then just after a while, you have success locally, packing 500-600.
The one thing that was cool about Chronics was we were really super connected with this club in Santa Barbara called the Anaconda, and every fucking national act that came through there metal-wise, we got to open up for. So we opened up for Pantera.
See, that's like
Alice in Chains. I mean, Forbidden.
That's awesome.
Exodus, we opened up for all of them.
Yeah.
So
that's killer. So was there anybody that you were like that you opened up for that you were like, oh my fucking, like, I cannot believe we're opening up for this. Like, was Pantera?
Pantera's probably the one, but then there were some other ones because Pantera hadn't quite exploded yet. But there was Exodus and Testament, Forbidden, that whole Bay Area thrash thing. We opened up for all of them down there. Then we'd make friends with them because they were like coming from LA, going to San Francisco, right? They'd stop in Santa Barbara. So we'd make friends and get on the list the next night at the Stone or whatever. And that was their hometown, but I know they had a lot of friends, but somehow we'd work our way in. We're like, hey, remember us? We're from the night before. So we ended up making friends with all those guys. It was pretty cool, man.
That is cool. I mean, because that really is like, when you're starting out in a band, it's everyone's fucking dream, man. Like,
that doesn't happen anymore.
No.
And especially with those fucking bands, dude. Like in a time where, like, right before, in between, what was it, power metal, which was prior to Cowboys from Hell, whatever that there's album that no one really knows about prior to Cowboys from Hell, but
there's like 4.
And when that record came
Metal
out,
Magic,
there's like 4. They did like 4 records on. I forget what. I just watched a bunch of Pantera shit again too. I'm like, that's right. But
if we want to start talking about Pantera, I mean, the best. I've done a lot of touring in my life. So have you, Arthur. But the greatest touring I've ever done was with Pantera.
I
was
bet.
Blessed enough I spent a lot of time with them on the road, probably a total of 5 months.
Wow. So what band were you in at that time?
Soulfly.
Was it Soulfly?
Soulfly. Main support to Pantera.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, I can't imagine. That's that's like, I mean, there's always heydays, but that's like that era of, dude, because Pantera for me, like, I mean, for a lot of us was like, dude, like, again, me and Mike's old high school band Magic, like, we full on was like Ozzy with some Pantera, because like when those records came out, it was like, what? Dude?
But I mean, but touring with them was insane because we were main support, so we got to play the full house every night, and Dimebag was like, "You're the guitar player. You're with me, bro." And I was the guy. And he was like, he just gravitates. If you're the guitar player in the band, you know? So he would.
So you got to keep up, and that's hard.
Man, it was insane, man. My liver hurt every single night.
Yeah.
They had their own traveling bar.
Yeah.
You know, so it was all in flight cases. So every night, one of the dressing rooms became the Pantera bar.
Yeah.
They had the same tapestry. They had the same.
That's
posters.
what I would do for like Slipknot. No, nobody had it figured out, so I would like plan
Yeah, you make the bar.
Yeah,
so,
make something fun, because what are we gonna do? Sit around the bus and suck fucking diesel
exactly.
all night?
And by the time they get off stage, it's not like they can go into town or whatever and get back to the bus and blah blah blah. So you hang out. I
threw some good parties.
I'm sure you did, my friend. Oh yeah, I wish I was there.
You drank and partied a lot with all the Pantera.
With all of them.
So what was that like, man? Like, I know they were known for partying. You watch those old, vulgar videos.
It was exactly like that, for real. There was no bullshit, man. It was real deal. Like, I loved it because I can hang with the best of them.
Yeah.
But there was times that I would like sneak off to my bus.
Yeah.
And get my jammies and climb in the bunk and, I can't do it tonight.
Yeah,
and there was a few times, and one time in particular, I remember hearing the door the door on the bus slam, and I hear bottles clicking together like the Warriors. Mikey!
Was that Dime or what?
Dime,
oh my God!
Yeah.
What do you do? What do you? I mean, you got. It's like, all right, let's go.
The curtain.
I got 5 minutes. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. The curtain opens to my bunk, and his beautiful face. Now that I think about it, and he's like, "Drinking a word," and he's splashing whiskey all over me, while I'm in my pajamas in my bunk. I'm like, "All right, fucker." I get out.
That's awesome.
And at the time, I didn't think. I mean, I took it for granted, if you will, but now I look back and I just, wow, man, that was just amazing.
No, dude, that is a highlight for any kind of memory. You know what I mean? Like, that's
absolutely.
There was those special people, man, that for whatever reasons aren't here. You know what I mean? Like,
man.
Like, I'll bring up Paul Gray. Like, dude, I had so many of it was just nonstop epic moments with that dude when we hung out. It was like,
absolutely.
It's like we were little kids again, instantly into like rock and fucking shit, and just like bros and having fun and laughing the whole time. And, like, talking music, and just it was
getting wild, man. Pushing each other. Drinking them. What was he drinking? He was always into the Guinness and James.
We had our era of car bombs, man.
I drank a couple of those bad boys.
I told this story last night to a friend of mine. Like, Paul came into town. It was just after they finished Iowa. You need to finish our record and all that shit. Sound City, all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he came into town, and we met up, and we went to what's that fucking bar? It's in Los Feliz. Oh, God damn it!
Is it Jumbo's?
No, it's not Jumbo's. I love Jumbo's too.
Okay.
One side was there was opposing bars right there in fucking. It'll come to me anyway. So we go there.
Mm-hmm.
The drawing room.
Sounds familiar.
One of those places.
I know there's a few of them.
It's a little dive. So we're in there, and we just start we bounce back and forth. But we're just like car bombs, like maniacs, like laughing, like
dangerous.
We're little kids, just fucking having being total nerds, just drinking. And he had his manager's Porsche, and like, hey man, let's go drive this. We're wasted. Let's go drive this Porsche around. And we're like, fuck yeah. We're like, we're driving this, brand new badass 911 whatever.
Shit right
yeah. Just doing stupid shit like that. Just driving around. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. We go back. We drink some more car bombs, like stupid. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, cool.
How could you do that? Like now, I couldn't drink that.
No way.
Car bombs, man. I'm done.
I go to my car. I'm like, all right. I'm at least smart enough when I am wasted. Like, okay, I'm wasted. So I throw my keys on the fucking floor of the passenger. I'm like, I'm just gonna chill right here. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make myself fucking puke first. And I leaned out and just made myself fucking puke. But, dude, I passed out, hanging out the car. Doors open. I had this Chrysler Sebring. Had the door open. Passed out, hanging out like this out the door. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, because I see like the fire truck and the paramedics and the other truck. They're all driving up and shit. I'm like, oh fuck. And I get up. I'm like,
it wasn't for you though.
Yeah, it was fucking for me.
Oh my god!
Fuck yeah, dude! Somebody called in like dead body. I'm seriously like hanging out my car door, passed out, like in the seat, but like half my body's like, it's puke everywhere and shit.
My god!
And they're like, no, it's cool. We just want to make sure you're okay. I'm like, dude, I'm okay. I'm wasted. I puked. I'm not driving. Keys are over there. I'm just gonna fucking pass out here. I live over, Oakwoods, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they were cool. They're like, they wiped me up and cleaned me up and
Really?
shit. Yeah,
Wow, 'cause
man.
you can't get
And
a
they
DUI for
didn't.
that.
And they didn't fucking call the cop. Well, you know what? The keys were on the other. I didn't. If they're in the ignition, yes. If they're not, that's why I threw them on the floor of the passenger side. So that then you're okay.
And nowadays you might.
Yeah, if they want to be
How'd
assholes.
you get home?
Dude, they just like wiped me up and they left, and the cops didn't show up or anything. I was like, oh my god. Like that's 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, like when the sun was baking me, I fucking was like, all right. I drove back to the Oakwoods.
Wow, man.
And yeah, man.
I've stayed at the Oakwoods.
And then
a
the
couple
next
times.
night went to some Hollywood Hills party and
Did it again.
got crazy again, but minus the fucking
Come here, Jax. You want to see
throwing
my
up.
son, my little buddy?
Yeah, come on now.
Say hi, Jax.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's
Say
happening?
hi to you too. I have my headphones in, so
Oh, right on.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
right on.
I got 2 little kids too.
Oh, right.
I got
cool.
2 sons, and yeah, man, it's the best.
It is that.
I got a dog and a cat.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I want to go back. So you had this Chronics band, and then you formed Snot. Like you're one of it's Snot your brainchild, and is that the next band
absolutely,
right
yeah,
after Chronics?
Man, there's some stories. I mean, I'll go for it if you want.
Oh, dude,
Absolutely.
by all
That's
means.
what this is all about.
Yep.
Well, I was in Chronics for, I guess it was 6 years, something like that. It was kind of a long time for a band.
Yeah.
And we just kind of got to the end of our rope, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then the singer of the band and the bass player of the band kind of broke us up abruptly, and me and the drummer were super bummed. We're like, we put so much time into it.
Yeah, man.
And I literally made Snot as like a revenge band. Like, fuck
Absolutely.
you. I was young, I was like, fuck you guys. I'm going to make a band and make it,
Yeah.
That day I literally said
No,
that shit.
good. That's a great attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking, hey, whichever way gets you there, dude, it's
like-
a hard fight. Absolutely.
Exactly. And I think there was even a movie where somebody did that. Anyway, it was Rockstar, right? They kicked him out of the band
right.
and said that same thing. Why I did that.
Dude, that's Megadeth. He's like,
Right.
fuck you. I'm going to be fucking huge too. Fuck you.
Exactly.
And
so,
like, Megadeth is dope.
so I lived in this like flop house with like 6 rocker dudes. Half of them are meth heads, and we didn't pay our trash bill. We had this garage, and I'm not kidding you, from the floor to the roof, trash bags.
Oh my
It
God.
was insane, dude.
Wouldn't the stench be fucking
Oh, it
unbearable?
was unbelievable, dude. I can't believe we got away with that shit. The police came over and everything over the shit. And I remember when I first was.
That's
doing
fucking
Snot,
nuts, dude.
It was
I mean,
nuts.
at least like go dumping in the neighbors the night before.
We were just out of our minds. We were young and
Yeah.
I cleared this trash out, and I put these like boards up to make my own little room in that room full of garbage, and I put this Dr. Rhythm down, the little 4-track
That's
recorder.
fucking awesome, dude.
I know, dude. 4-track recorder, little amp, and I started recording Snot demos right there
Nice.
in that fucking garbage-filled garage.
in the
man.
room you made out of a pile of garbage.
Yeah.
That's fuck. Hey, dude, if that's not rock and roll, heavy metal, I don't know what fucking is, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
And-
fucking
yeah.
amazing. So when
Yeah.
all you little kids today are crying about you got to know where to fucking practice or rehearse or fucking write,
Yeah.
this motherfucker made a room in a pile of trash bags
I am not kidding, man. Yeah, real
to
shit.
fucking get it done.
Yeah.
You entitled little fucking
Son of a
lazy
bitch.
fucks.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. And so I'd make these songs, and I would take these cassettes out of this thing I recorded with like me playing the bass and some Dr. Rhythm bullshit beat that I couldn't even quantize correctly. It was terrible. And I was handing them out to people like, hey, it's my new band, Snot. It was just me.
Yeah.
And pretty soon I found a bass player and a drummer, these 2 Mexican dudes who weren't in the band very long. And then once Lynn got in the band, he booted them. He was like, no, we probably do better than this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he was-
yeah,
he
yeah.
was
No,
right.
yeah, man, you got to pick your people.
Yep, he was totally right. So I was passing that around, and shortly after that, I went to this pizza bar called Buster's, where they would let bands play on this little makeshift crappy stage just to draw people in. Mm-hmm. And I walked in there to have some beers. I knew bands would play there. And I walk in, there's this band on the stage called Glue. And I never heard of them. And I'm walking in, I'm having a beer, and I see this singer just spazzing out, man, like a freaking maniac. And he jumps from the stage, lands on a table with kids and parents, pizza and beers are flying all over the place. And he's on his back, kicking his feet in the air. Wow! And I was like,
nice.
That's the dude. I need to fucking be in a band with that guy, you know?
Nice.
And it was Lynn Strait.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
You knew instantaneously, like, this is the fucking guy. It was like meant 100%. To be at that point in time.
I was like,
planets are aligning.
I never saw anything so punk rock, real shit in my life. I was like, what do I got to do? So I went right up to him. I said, look, man, here's that tape, the garbage tape. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm starting a project.
You still have that?
No, fuck, I wish I did, man. No,
nobody has it. Nobody has that shit.
No, I wish.
I'd want to hear that.
I know. Oh, it sounds bad. It's terrible.
Yeah. Well, that's what's cool.
But it birthed Snot. You know, there's like some shitty wah pedal on it, and
what was the? I'll nerd talk. What was the? Do you remember the drum machine?
Yeah, Dr. Rhythm.
A Dr. Rhythm. Oh, okay, cool.
Remember that thing?
Yeah. I never fucked with those.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things. Eddie had one back in the day, or like old back in the day bass player. Mm-hmm. He had that, I think it was a Dr. Rhythm. He had whatever first Korg, like, now they're worth a bunch of money and shit.
Right.
It was just like this. And we would do the same thing, just program some little basic fucking drums. And it was all.
Exactly. Yeah. It was terrible.
But it was more, we're like, okay, you know, before we got like mic and stuff, because me and Eddie would always work on music and all that shit. So
back then, I mean, nowadays things are different. Yeah. So and then we had a band with me, Lynn, and Ruben Gonzalez and Brent Trevino, two wonderful dudes. They could actually play pretty damn good, but Lynn wasn't into it. He wanted to get some new dudes, so we ended up Shannon Larkin, your boy.
Yeah, buddy. Shannon's cool.
Yep. The drummer for Godsmack. What's your nickname for him again? You had a nickname for him.
Oh my God.
I can't remember.
I can't remember right now either.
Oh, sorry. You don't come to us. It's a really good one too.
It's not though. Why?
That's why it shouldn't be. We should get him on
I
here,
forget. Huh? I know. I'm going to hit him up actually. Yeah.
He'll do it in a second.
But awesome.
I forgot the nickname. You said it once and I heard it before.
I'm having a brain fart right now.
Yeah. It's okay. Anyway, so he was in Ugly Kid Joe at the time, and I was really super tight with those guys. So, and I was like, when I saw Shannon play, I was like, oh, because he was a new guy in Ugly Kid Joe. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And I went to him.
Dude, Rap Child America, man.
I saw them
remember
play.
that shit. I was like, fuck yeah. I forget who I saw, but they opened up, and
I almost want to say I know who they opened up for because I probably saw the same. Did you see him at the Whiskey?
Dude, I remember. No, I think it was a bigger show.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember. It's so long ago. But I have that vinyl.
Ranch Out America and Pantera on Cowboys from Hell. They came to Bogart's, dude, like 2 times on the same tour.
Yep.
It was like $8, dude. I got the ticket stubs upstairs. It's like, Ranch Out America was fucking killer. But yes, that was those.
They have a lot of those. That tour is a lot of the footage they have on the first. What is that called again? The Pantera video?
Vulgar video deal.
Yeah. The first one, there's all kinds. They actually shaved Shannon's head on that one.
Yeah.
Wow, what a trip.
He's super wasted. He spits on himself.
Bobby Tongs. I got to get Bobby Tongs on here. That's what I'm going to hit up too. Is like
That's a good one.
Yeah, he's fucking cool shit.
Yeah, for sure. But so then where was I at? I went to Shannon and he had a band called the MF Pitbulls, the motherfucking Pitbulls, from back east. Baltimore, Maryland, like where they're from in that area.
Yeah.
Virginia, DC, Baltimore. Anyway, so he put in this cassette tape. He said, look, these are the guys in my band back home, and I need to get them out to California, and I think they would fit perfect in your band. And it was Toomer, the bass player, Sonny Mayo. Yeah, and Jamie Miller, who's now in Bad Religion. Those are the guys. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm in. Thank you. And he handed me most of my band.
Wow,
and
that's
Lynn.
crazy. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and
That's
there you go. That was the band Snot.
And that was his band back
Yep.
when.
The
Oh,
MF Pitbulls it was like his side project between Souls at Zero, which was Rothschild America.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when he had MF Pitbulls, like he was trying to launch that. Then Ugly Kid Joe snagged him, moved him to California, and he told them, "I'm gonna get you guys a gig, man, I promise." And he did. He turned into Snot.
Wow.
That's
Which-
rad.
Snot, if I'm, gonna say like Snot to me was a way better band than like Ugly Kid Joe. Like that Ugly Kid Joe was not really my cup of tea, you know what I mean? But the singer from Ugly Kid Joe, which I'm wearing this Life of Agony hoodie. I love Life of Agony.
Yeah.
And I remember when, Mina Caputo, the vocalist from Life of Agony, quit or whatever.
Yeah.
At the time, yeah. And then singer for Ugly Kid Joe came in, and I saw them at Bogarts, and it just was like, it just wasn't. It didn't work out. And I know that.
Have you heard that Another Animal?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
If you haven't heard that, that's
the singer from Ugly Kid Joe's other band,
and Medication,
and all the Godsmack guys.
Right,
Shannon,
that's right.
Tony,
Yep,
Robbie, because that's when they were all like,
yeah,
it was over. They couldn't take Sully
Sully
anymore. Yeah, so they thought they were gonna go do that.
It didn't quite work out, but
it's a crazy. We'll get back to that because I have a crazy story about that. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyway, but Ugly Kid Joe, by the way, they were kind of almost our big brothers.
Yeah, mentors.
Because honestly, I didn't know a band could truly make it.
Yeah.
Until I saw them, because they were my good friends, and then they were the biggest band on MTV.
They were.
Later.
Yeah, man.
A week later, I was like, oh, "What?
Yeah.
Is this real?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Fuck!" And then I put Snot together, and they literally were running out and shopping it. They went and talked to Garth Richardson, that producer.
Oh, nice.
He did a demo for us. Same guy did some stuff with Rage Against the Machine and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think we even recorded.
He did a lot of good records. Absolutely.
Oh hell yeah! We recorded a demo in the same studio.
Guard.
But then the demo that actually got us signed was Dave Fortman from Ugly Kid Joe.
That's sweet. So they really helped you guys
100%.
just network and get you guys foot in the door with the powers of be.
There was 50% of us doing it on our own in LA, just taking it over. And there was another 50% of them helping us with demos, producers, just kind of ringing the bell to the people that are in the industry.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I love those guys.
Yeah, man. That's
yeah.
So
Absolutely.
you guys then get signed, and then you see Ugly Kid Joe rises to fucking superstardom, and then you guys end up being on MTV, and
yeah, we were doing it for a second until Lynn passed. We were like exploding.
Yeah.
I was seeing our record sales are up at 5, 6, 10,000 a week. Like, whoa, this is happening. Like, for realsies,
So you guys were on the trajectory.
Now, finally.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate tragedy fucking happens.
Yeah, we just had gotten off the Ozfest '98, and we did some stuff with like Machine Head with Soulfly after that, and then went home and started writing the second album, and then Lynn passed, and it was just done. It was over. Like it went, just stopped.
Yeah, there was no at that point in your career, there was no let's find another singer like some bands do. It was just
what, man?
Total devastation of a loss.
So devastated. We all lived together. We all lived in the same house, and our best friend was gone, dead.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck this, man. We're just so hurt and broken up over it. And then the label came around, hey, maybe you should get a new singer. And dude, honestly, if you listen to that record is 99% Lynn Strait's fucking badassism. Like, it's all about it.
Yeah, man.
Not gonna replace that dude.
There's those special where it's like, it's that person. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I knew it back then. I mean, we played some funky shit and there was some punk, but without his voice behind it ain't gonna happen. So we just called it a day.
So did you go through a time where you were like so bummed that you just didn't even want to, like, you want to take a break from music, or were you still like, I need to do something music, or was it just like,
bro, I didn't have that luxury. I didn't have time.
Yeah.
Literally 3 weeks after Lynn passed, Max and Gloria called me for Soulfly. 3 weeks. And
Wow.
I had told them no in the first conversation because they called me and they said, look, we're going to Australia, New Zealand with Korn and Marilyn Manson. And do you want to do it? We need a guitar player. They had parted ways with Logan Mader at the time. And I was like, I don't think I can pull this off, man. I had 8 days.
Yeah, right.
Eight
Learn
days.
a whole-
We're
yeah.
going on tour and no rehearsals. Learn the shit and meet us
Oh,
there.
what?
Yeah.
So you
dude.
Yeah,
the first time you played was
kind of daunting.
playing
Yeah.
a show? Like you
Yeah.
never
Well, what happened was that this funny story is that okay, I said finally okay, I'm in. At first, I was like shook up about Lynn and 8 days, and then Toomer was actually with me, my bass player for Snot, sitting right next to me. He's like, "Motherfucker, what are you doing? Yes, you're gonna do that." I was like, "All right." So I called Gloria back in like 10 minutes, Gloria, Max's wife, and I said, "Yeah, thank you. I'd love to do it." So this gave me a set list of 15 songs. They said you have 8 days till showtime. No, till we leave for New Zealand. So they flew me out to Phoenix the day before we flew to New Zealand for a rehearsal. I get there, and Max is like, "Yeah, man, fuck rehearsal. We're good." I was like, "What?"
No, I want to play. No, please,
Yeah,
can we
yeah.
rehearse? I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
please, can we play the songs, please, at least
Yeah.
once? Please,
Yeah.
God, help me.
I'm not kidding you. I had lived with the Walkman at the time, whatever CD man,
Yeah.
for 8 days, and a guitar in my hand, learning everything I could, writing notes, and and I get there like, all right, at least we get one jam.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing. He
Oh,
was just
that
like,
sucks.
dude, I'm not kidding. His son's birthday was that day, and he's like, we're going to Chuck E. Cheese. So I spent the entire day before that show at Chuck E. Cheese, or before New Zealand.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was fucking hilarious, dude. I'm in Chuck E.
That's
Cheese with
classic.
my guitar. I was
Yeah.
in there with my guitar in Chuck E. Cheese.
I bet. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah, listening and playing.
So how was
music.
that first show?
Okay, so we were getting there. So we fly to. Hey, Jax.
Hey.
My son's here. So we fly to New Zealand.
Yeah.
Hilarious story, man. So we're in the hotel in New Zealand, long flight. Next day, we're going down for, I don't know, sound check or setup or something for this festival. I mean, it was a soccer stadium, 30,000 people. New Zealand, so it was only 30,000. It was a small one. It was the big day out,
Yeah.
big day out festival.
Yeah.
So we're in this hotel, man, and I'm still trying to process what's even happening. Still playing the guitar.
How did you feel? Did you feel like, all right, I can pull it off? Or were you just like, oh my
I was pretty
God.
confident. I was pretty
awesome.
I felt pretty good about it because we had toured with them quite a bit, and I was a huge Sepultura fan, and like 3 of the songs were Sepultura songs I knew, like "Refuse," "Resist," "Roots." I think we did "Arise,"
Nice.
and I kind of knew those already. So I'm like, all right,
Oh,
I'll
cool.
learn the other 12.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. So that night we're in the hotel room and the fire alarm goes off. Somewhere in one of the rock bands.
Jesus.
All the bands are staying in this hotel, So we go downstairs. It's like 5 and 6 in the morning. Fire alarm's off, and I'm standing there. There's this dude in a robe with or like this. I look up and it's Marilyn Manson, no makeup, on, just pissed off.
He was
Just
in a
raunchy.
He was surprised he wasn't still up anyway.
I know, right? No, he was.
Yeah.
He looked like he was just getting out of bed.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, I realized at that moment, like, fuck, man, this is real. Like,
Yeah.
this is the real shit. And so we went to the venue that day. Jack, should you not do that, buddy? Thanks. Thank you. So we go to the venue that day, and we're on early because we're kind of one of maybe the first 5 bands out of the 20 of the day or whatever. Main stage.
Yeah.
No seats, though. It's just standing room audience, so it's
Yeah.
packed, So, so we're backstage, and I got cheat sheets now. I'm writing on my arms and my hands. This song starts on this fret, like.
Yeah, dude. Whatever you
I know.
gotta do. That's
I
a
know.
lot. That's a lot of
Yeah.
shit to learn in a short period. Fuck,
Oh yeah.
man.
Dude.
So
I'd
we're
be like,
yeah. So we're walking up to the back of the stage. I'm not kidding you. And I got my guitar on. I'm like, here we go. And I hear the whole stadium going, "Soul time," right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. We go, walk on the back, and Max turns around and goes, "Hey, man, you know the shit?"
Oh, now you ask me.
Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
at my guitar at Chuck E. Cheese, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, that's what went through my head. He looks at me like panicking, like, you good? I'm like, yeah, I got it. I got this. And I actually, it was funny. So actually, I did a pretty good job. There's a couple clams, you know. There was one real big clam though, the one, and it was in Refuse Resist, the one I knew the best. You know, the dance down. You know that part?
Yeah.
I went like a full step flat. And it was so bad, dude. And you know, that's like a break, dude. You know? I just
it's like the spotlights on you and shit. Guitar break.
Oh yeah. And Max looks over at me with the biggest stink eye ever. And I'm like, and all I can think in my head is, oh God, where is it? You know? And I got I figured it out by the next time it came around. No, I don't even think that comes around again in the song. It doesn't. It's only in the beginning.
Oh my God.
But I did a good job. I got off stage and they were
Good
like,
for you. That's awesome. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Is that on video on YouTube? Your first show at the big day out?
There is some stuff on there actually. The Sydney show's on there.
Yeah.
You could YouTube it.
And that's like probably like your second or like
it is
first.
And you can see that it was rough. Because I'm supposed to be playing all these solos like Andreas Kisser solos. I didn't have time to learn the solos.
Right.
That's like another fucking
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of winging it. You can clearly see that shit. Like you should look it up, Arthur. It's funny.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, dude, I give you mad respect. Like that's a crazy fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's you know, there's so many stories like that where it's like, dude, I had, you know, fucking whatever day to learn this and that and then go out and play with fucking whoever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, my closest thing to that were like one Slipknot tour, like we had to we put Paul in rehab and there was like 2 weeks left of the tour, so nobody wanted to go home. So they hit me up like, hey, can you learn all the bass lines? And I'm like, it was so much shit, so we split it up. Like, you know, Grape, he's a tech guy.
I believe I do know that.
Yeah, he was a tech. So, you know, he was a bass player in his band. They knew I could play. So we split it up. I said, dude, I'll do all these songs. You learn all these songs. Fuck it.
Right.
And like we did like one night. We had like that day off because that's when it happened. And then the next day was the show. So I'm just like learning. I picked all the old shit, like the first record, spit it out and fucking surfacing, all that shit. I'm like, I'll play all those fucking. And then
did they have you guys playing behind the curtain or?
Yeah.
That's right.
Because there was 2 weeks left. They're like, let's keep going. I mean, yeah, make your money. There's all
get it done.
That's when they were fucking. You know,
dude.
They were all sold out arenas. You know?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah,
I might have even saw that tour.
Yeah.
Did you guys play that UNLV Stadium in
probably
Vegas? I think I remember that.
That's when they hit it hard, man. We were always gone. Always. They were hitting it fucking hard. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just all like learned fucking shit and fucking played the next 2 weeks.
So you're like handing each other. You're behind the curtain handing each other the bass.
Yeah, because like, we just planned it out. We're like, they always began with fucking surfacing. I don't even remember now, but you know, I'm like, I played these 4, then like, all right, dude, this is the new stuff, and then it was hilarious. But you know, it was cool. Everybody got to stay on tour. Everybody got their paychecks because it's a lot of people's jobs at stakes too, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. So he was in the middle of tour, and it was like he's got to go to rehab right now.
There was 2 weeks left. We were out for like, it was in the States too for like a couple of months or something. Like six. You know, we were already out for a while, so it's 2 weeks left. And man,
it's a trip, right? Talking
about dude, it is. Like it just got to that point.
Yeah.
And dude, he was the best dude ever in the fucking world. He just had that demon.
Sure did.
And at that point, before that previous, he was hanging out with people that, because he was good. He was all, straight and sober. But then he did a record with that one fucking dude. What's that dude from fucking, they were on American too. American Head Charge.
Oh yeah. Oh, the singer.
He
dude.
did a record with that guy, and that guy was a fucking massive fucking junkie.
Oh yeah.
And then
famous.
Yeah, dude. And then it fucked Paul up. He got back on whatever. So anyway,
and he was back home and
yeah. And then we were on that tour.
downtime.
And we did that tour, and he was just, you can tell. I'm like, and I used to fucking bitch and be like, hey man, when in the fuck are you guys gonna do something? Like, he's gonna drop dead on this stage any night. What the fuck is anybody doing?
Wow.
Because I would be like, what the fuck? Yeah, everybody's seeing this, right? Like,
Yeah.
because we did a intervention or whatever, a different time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, it's time for another one of those. Hello.
Damn. Man.
And then finally, okay, everybody,
Yeah. It's a trip, man.
And he was always like, absolutely, you're fucking right. Let's go. He was never any like, he knew he was fucking up. He's like, let's go. Absolutely. Let's go. And then he was cool.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Because before the first show, he calls me. He's like, hey, man. And he's like, hey, man, I'm sorry, dude. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, it's cool, man. I'm glad you're where you're at. Get help. Get back better, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he's all, dude, I'm glad. I'm so fucking glad that it's you that's going to play bait. You know what I mean? Play for me.
Yeah. Sorry, bro.
No, it's
so sorry,
it's cool.
buddy.
I'll talk about that dude all day long.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
It sucks, man.
You, dude.
It's intense, dude.
Yeah.
That shit sucks. I mean, you guys have, obviously losing your best friend, fucking Lynn.
Yeah.
You, Arthur. I mean, losing people unexpectedly, or I don't know, man. It's terrible. And
yeah, it's fucking heavy, dude.
Yeah, brother.
But it was cool. Where like he calls me, he's like, "Hey man, I'm glad it's you, dude. That's fucking awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's cool." Because he played in Unita and did some tours with us. So I'm like, "Hey man, it's cool. You played bass in my band. Now I get to play bass in your band. Your band's a little bigger, but it's cool, dude. We got to play in each other's bass, each other's bands. It's a bigger deal for me, but fucking thanks, man." He's like, "Yeah, dude."
Yeah, dude. Wow.
Yeah, it was a trip. It was fucking crazy.
Pretty
Paul,
intense.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Hell yeah.
I mean, wait a minute. I'm gonna do this right. Hold on. Yeah, I got this bad boy right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, and we played the show. It was fucking awesome. It was fun, and it was a trip. I called him. He was like, "Fuck yeah, dude."
Yeah.
I called Mike. I said, "Mike, my drummer Ken Cena." I'm like, "You never guess what I just did." He's all, "You played with Slipknot, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I said, "Dude, you wouldn't call me otherwise." Like
I'm pretty weak. I don't have a shot glass, man.
Hey, that's a shot glass right there. What are you talking about?
That's a big one. Yeah. I'll do one with you. Let's
Hold on,
do
I gotta get a beer then. Hold on, let me finish
Okay.
my shit. We can edit the drink break.
Yeah. Man, some intense stories right there.
I know, man. Life's such a crazy fucking journey, dude. And
Yeah.
like you said, sometimes when you're young, you don't appreciate what is going down, but now you have all those memories of Dime and,
And Lynn.
yeah. I mean,
Paul. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many. I don't even want to start this conversation.
Oh,
Vinnie
yeah.
Paul, man.
right.
I mean,
I know.
like, there's so many. Let's get off this subject. Let's
Oh,
do
yeah,
a
yeah,
shot.
Yeah.
Let's do a shot. Cheers to you,
Cheers, come on now.
my desert brother. Cheers, man.
Yeah, dude.
So, dude, after your first
Oh, baby.
New Zealand, Australia Soulfly
Yeah.
tour, like, how did the rest of the time, like, jamming? I mean, you were a Sepultura fan, so obviously you're like,
Huge.
fuck, dude, I'm jamming with Max Cavalera, dude. Like,
Bro.
how was that for you?
Bro. I mean, I of course I wanted to play Soulfly, but I was egging him on, like, can we play like Beneath the Remains?
Yeah.
can we play Troops of Doom? Like, and every once in a while I throw him in there. I'm like, oh,
Would he do it? Would you guys do it?
Well, yeah. We did some really
Nice.
good. Yeah. there was one night, and this was with Roy Mayorga was in the band.
Mm-hmm.
Roy was on your show recently.
Cheers, Roy.
Right?
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Roy. Roy's awesome.
It was me, Roy, and Marcelo Diaz playing.
Mm-hmm.
And we were
remember him.
in Eastern Germany. And one night we're on the stage, and Max goes, "Fuck Nazis." We're in Germany, right? "Fuck Nazis. Troops of doom." We were like,
Nice.
we didn't know.
Holy shit.
We weren't ready.
Yeah.
We're like, what? We're looking at each other like, do we know this one? Like,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
And dude, all of us are like, and Roy's like, pss, pss, pew, bam,
Oh,
bam,
shit.
bam, bam, bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 ticka, ticka, dum, dum, you know? And we just kind of winged it. We got through it, man. It was kinda
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, he would do that once in a while. So that I learned from that night that we better brush up on some of the golden oldies, you know.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that-
absolutely.
So I went and
Absolutely.
learned Beneath the Remains, man. That's you ever try to play that song? The
No.
right hand. You know.
That's rad.
Dude. So
Yeah.
you're in Soulfly, what, for like 4 or 5 years?
Yep, about 4.5, 5 years.
Because I see behind you, you got, what is that? Is that a gold record? Or what is
Yeah, that's a gold from the first album.
Dude, that's
That's
so cool.
America. That's 500,000. And then we got this one from Australia. And then I got a few other ones. I got my Snot one over there, and then I got Primitive.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing when like people, you know, that's before everyone just, you know, gets shit on Pandora and
Oh, when they
You know
bought
what?
stuff?
You know what, brother? You're right about that. I'm so lucky that I got to do it in the tail end of when there was like records, CDs. People went to record stores. We used to do in stores, man.
Yeah.
We'd sit at record stores and 500 to 1,000 kids would show up and just stand in line and we'd sign shit for them. There's no more of that. They'd buy your vinyl, your CDs. They'd have posters, photos of you from the last gig or the last
In Europe, but here,
little bit in Europe. I think that's
like
even-
festival type things or whatnot.
right.
Yeah.
But they don't really have the stores either there anymore either, man. They
Yeah,
don't.
no, yeah. Well, I guess I'm more
Yeah,
thinking, yeah, we did get like the end of a lot
We
of the
got the
rad shit that's
very-
just not gonna be the same, man.
Oh yeah, it's over, man. It
Yeah.
sucks. I mean, honestly, if I could just say, all right, poof, no music online anymore, I would do it.
Yeah.
Right
Oh
now.
yeah, I still go out and buy I've actually been buying quite a few records, and like I go to this like used CD store, and I still buy CDs because it's like I like the convenience of if I'm in my basement with my kids and I want to listen to a specific, hey, play Monster Magnet, dude. Here, check out this song. But
Hey Siri,
yeah, but
Right.
I
listen
mean,
to everything I say.
I
in my
like
house
having
and sell me
physical
ads.
copies of shit. I like
Yeah.
having posters. It's like behind me, I got, these Alice in Chains shit from when I worked at a record store in the 90s,
Nice.
Right.
and
See, there you
original
go.
shit. And I've kept
Record
it.
store
And
in the 90s.
I cherish that shit, dude, because it's
Yeah, dude.
it's very special.
No, absolutely, man. You must have a nice collection if you worked in a record store.
I do, because
Yeah.
we would get promo copies and crazy like rare posters of stuff. Dude. I'm a huge Alice in Chains fan, so I have like a shrine of shit.
Sure.
I collect
That-
all the tour posters. That was always my thing. Like, whatever our tour posters or somebody I like that was like whatever they're in the venue the next week
Right.
after us, like whoever it may be, it's like, oh dude, fuck. I had so much of that stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know what I'm guilty of? Not saving that stuff.
Do you have your catalog on vinyl of anything you played on? Like, do you have a personal collection or no?
Who, me?
You, yeah.
A person? I mean, I got some vinyl. Yeah, I got the Snot record, the Straight Up record. I got Primitive.
That straight
I
up
got-
records dope.
Thank you, man.
That
I'll talk
one's-
about that in a minute. I got some news
Yeah.
for you about that. But yeah, what else? Oh yeah, my band Channel Zero. We haven't even talked about. I got 3 records of those guys. I got vinyl and CDs from all of those bands.
Cool.
I mean, all of those records. And
Yeah.
actually, one of them went gold, and the other 2 are real close.
So tell me
Nice.
about Channel Zero, dude. So after Soulfly is Channel, I know, were you in a band called In Vitro that I read
Yeah,
about?
there was a long period between Soulfly and Channel. After I left Soulfly, actually, me and Marcelo and Roy all quit at the same time. I don't want to really go into why.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say why.
The drama, but if you
It's all the classic things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I love those. I love Max and Glow, so
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna even go there.
Yeah, no
But,
worries. You can Google that shit.
It was his fucking band, and so we always have to remember that. So if you
Absolutely.
don't like it, leave. So we left.
Absolutely.
So then we tried to do a band called A Bloom together.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was the three of us, you know. And the original name was Mothra, after the Godzilla character.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we changed it to A Bloom, and there was two guys from the band One Side Zero, the singer in that band, and another guitar player who is one of my favorite guitarists, actually. He's so fucking amazing. And we did that for a while, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I remember that.
We were talking to Kristen Molderig from, Slayer's manager. She was managing.
She was our day-to-day person when Rick Sells managed Unita.
Right. And she managed us, kind of the same situation for a minute. And then we just kind of imploded, and it was over. Yeah. And then I did In Vitro, which I wanted to do like a math rock type thing. It was super fucking bonkers. The time signatures we did, and
it's like RKL and shit.
Yeah, it was a lot like RKL. Exactly. It was super riffy, a lot of notes.
Like, was it like Meshuggah style or more
like? You ever heard RKL?
It was more like RKL, like you say, more punk.
You ever heard
rock.
RKL, Matt?
No, I have not.
No, well, look at it. It's like crazy.
It's
like prog punk.
Okay.
It's prog. I call it prog punk. Rich Kids on
punk.
Rich
Kids on LSD.
Yeah.
That's the name. Amazing band. I mean, one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, it's trippy. It's totally trippy, man. Absolutely.
Yep. But it was like In Vitro was the Dead Kennedys meets RKL. That's the way to put it.
Yeah.
Super surf punk, but really technical and fucking. Anyway,
cool.
But we used to have this gimmick. We were big fans of this band I think it was from Cincinnati, called Maggot Twat.
Maggot Twat?
Yes.
Really? Oh my God, I gotta write that down.
Oh man, they're fucking amazing.
That's
Maggot
a fucking
Twat.
hilarious. That's
right.
Hilarious.
Well, two of the guys in that band wore tinfoil on their head.
Wow.
And we were like super drunk idiots, and we thought it was the coolest thing of all time.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, let's do that. So we did that. We made these tinfoil masks every night, and we wore these white doctor coats on stage, and we played super fast punk rock, math rock.
Yeah.
And it was good. We signed a deal with Gridiron Records, which was a small indie, but dude, they gave us a shit ton of cash.
Yeah.
Like a ton of money. They fucking put us in a fucking bus.
That's football player. What's his Kyle?
Turley.
Kyle Turley. Yeah.
Yeah, from the Saints. He put $1 million into us.
Oh, it's crazy. Who did? You guys lucked out on that because who the fuck does that? Nobody does that.
He bought us on.
You know what I mean? Like shit. Even in that era, nobody was doing that.
I know, bro. Check this out. He bought us onto the Family Values tour with Korn.
Okay? Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
We paid to get on that thing. He did that.
All those tours are like that.
Okay,
yeah.
So we fly out to Nashville to hang out with him in his mansion before we left on the tour. So we get there, we're drinking and having a great time. And the next day, the van was going to pick us up. So he did a secret thing on it for us and didn't tell us. And this is an amazing story.
Nice.
Check this out. We get in the fucking tour van. I think I'm going to spend months in this van. And I'm already like coming out of buses. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, kill me now. You know?
Back in the van.
Yeah, back in the van. So we get in the van. I shit you not, the driver drives. We think we're going on tour. He pulls into this like parking lot of Walmart and pulls up to this white fucking tour bus with In Vitro on the side.
Oh, wow, nice.
He wrapped it.
Wow, crazy.
And there he is standing in front of it. We thought we said goodbye to him already.
Wow, that's hilarious.
So we're like, what the fuck is going on? He's all, I ain't letting you guys go in no fucking van. Dude,
that's dope.
Yeah, dude.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah, dude. I was like tears almost. I jump on that thing like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I did my bunk that I always have, which is the first one on the right in the middle.
Dude.
And we went on tour with Korn in that fucking awesome bus. And
that's crazy. Yeah, who does that?
Who does that? He does because he didn't know the record industry, and he had $50 million to burn. A football player. So
Wow.
yeah, man.
Hey, tax write-offs. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh,
kinda.
so we'll interject some business here because I know you're a rad businessman. So bands out there that are listening or whatnot, a lot of those tours, yeah, man, you gotta like buy onto those fucking things.
Oh, yeah,
Ozfest, like at
Mhm.
first it wasn't, but like it turned into that machine where
Yeah.
I remember
think you paid
when
$45K to get us.
yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
I think Ozfest. I remember. I forget who. Slipknot. That one year where they headlined the second stage. They wanted them to do the main stage, but they're like, "Fuck that. We want to headline the second stage."
Right, of course.
Which was rad because we're done by 7. Like we'll go
Right.
watch Black Sabbath and Judas
Yeah.
Priest every night.
Did
and
you
party.
pay
Like
to
dude,
get
that
on
tour
that?
was amazing. No, headline was or that was when I was working with Slipknot. So they headlined
So
that
they
stage.
hooked you up.
But just talking to the bands that were on that
Oh,
tour.
excuse me. Okay.
Um,
I thought you were saying Unita might have been on that.
no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's where you gotta like, okay, business. This is where you have
Right.
to decide. Like, say you got tour support from your label, which what do? Do you buy on this tour because you're buying on in the hopes that you're gonna play in front of 2,000 to 5,000 people every day because it's a
with the
festival?
squeeze, right?
Yeah,
You know?
or
Uh-huh.
not do the big tour and like put that tour support into getting on something else that's touring.
Smaller, less.
Yeah, you gotta
come
like
out-
weigh
Mhm.
because I saw it on a couple of bands that are on there that I became friends with because they were good. There was this one rock band like they shouldn't have been on there. Like they were a good rock band, but they didn't fit like the Ozfest kind of. They weren't metal enough or whatnot.
Mhm.
And I was talking to them, and yeah, dude, they blew their whole tour support to get on that Ozfest, and it wasn't paying off for them, and they were just like,
How would it pay off? Merch sales? But do you have
well,
to give merch
you're
sale
guaranteed
percentage to that?
pretty much to play in front of
A
2,000
lot
to
of
5,000 people.
Yeah.
So if you're badass, I mean, that's what happened to Slipknot. They were like first.
It's all about winning the fans over, man.
Yeah,
If you're
and-
kind of a shit band with a big
Yeah.
budget to buy on, you go up there, you just throw money in the
They weren't
fireplace.
shit. They just didn't fit Ozfest.
I didn't mean shit.
Yeah.
But the hope is to get fans, to sell more records.
It's marketing. It's
sell merch,
marketing.
all that
You're
shit.
gonna
Right.
be in front of a lot of people that are gonna see you, and hopefully it pays off where they go buy your CD at the thing when there was
But
CDs.
if you got that chance, you
Yeah.
better kill it.
Exactly.
The one band that did that was Slipknot. They got on the second stage and they killed
Yeah.
people. Like
Yeah, dude, they were playing at like noon and shit.
that's the bar though. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
You
get
know?
like, oh, we put you at 2, and then now they're like, oh, fuck
System
yeah,
of
fucking-
Down. They
Yeah.
were the same. I watched them
Yeah.
open up in the morning on the Ozfest 98. Nobody knew who they were, and they're up there. La, 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 la.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, people are like,
Oh,
what
man.
the fuck?
Oh,
But
yeah.
it worked.
It worked.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
the business aspect, that was that where it's like, do we do everything on this? You're
Uh-huh.
you're taking that chance where hopefully you got a clue and like that band fucked up. That wasn't their crowd. That's what fucked them up is like it wasn't their crowd, and yeah, they didn't do shit after that. They went.
It
Well, how
happens.
did In Vitro
We did well.
Go over.
We killed it. We fucking killed it.
Wow.
And we had some good promotion because we also hired a team of dudes that before we played, they'd be out there handing out stickers and stuff before we went on the stage.
Yeah.
There was a rumor
Oh,
that,
during the corn tour.
Yeah, during the
Yeah.
corn tour,
Yeah,
you
smart.
know, before we went on stage.
Smart.
And there was a rumor that one of the guys from Snot was in the band, so there was a little buzz, you know,
Yeah.
and it was cool. It was a lot of fun.
And this is pre-social media. Was this MySpace around at this time?
Yeah, it was MySpace at the time.
like-
You know who we were playing with was a small band called Five Finger Death Punch. They were unknown. Nobody knew
Wow.
who they
Yeah.
were.
And
Yeah,
what
it was-
year was that?
2009?
2009.
8,
Fuck,
9?
it seems like yesterday.
I know, right?
It's so weird, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like serious. It's like,
Yeah.
really? 2009? Jesus Christ.
Wasn't that like last year?
Yeah, man.
I
what the
know,
fuck?
dude. It just keeps going
Yeah.
and fast forward.
Yeah.
So was that the one and only In Vitro, this bus that was wrapped all crazy?
Yeah, we
Yes.
did that in a Seven Dust tour, and then it was done.
Yeah.
We finished. Oh no, we did Devil Driver and Morbid Angel too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty killer.
Yeah, it was
That's dope.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good one. And then our singer at the end of that tour, who was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
He's really good. He's like a professor, educated, book reading dude. He didn't belong on that tour. We were crazy. We were drinking, doing blow at the time, like maniacs. At the end of the tour, he's like, I can't take it. Somebody's gonna die. You know, and it quit. And
Yeah,
now,
man. The road isn't for all people. It,
Oh,
yeah.
now he's a principal at some high school in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
not a bad thing.
Yeah. So yeah, he was smart. He broke
Good
his
for him.
job.
He's got a
Yeah.
steady gig.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, dude, it was funny, man. Not funny, sad. Like
Our
he
world just collapsed.
He quit the band and never returned a phone call to any of us.
Wow. And just,
Hey,
he
it's the way to
left
do it.
all together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, fuck all you guys.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
Well, maybe he got it out of him. Maybe
that's
he
intense.
wanted to see what it was like, and then realized, you know what, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. And I've done it. I've done the tours, and I got it out of my system, and now it's time to like get a fucking real job or whatever that is.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was definitely not cut out for the road because we were psycho at that time. I mean, we were wearing tinfoil on our head.
Yeah.
We were out of our minds.
You're channeling more crazy shit. With that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
His antennas for fucking
Yeah.
raise the
And
party.
do you go from that to Channel Zero? I know you lived in Japan for a while. You're a man that has done so much shit, dude. I admire that big time.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
knows how to
brother.
hustle.
Thank you.
Yeah, you had a
man.
restaurant in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Or a bar?
Man. This is okay. We're going deep again.
Oh, we're deep, dude.
So my wife is Japanese, and she works for Roadrunner Records in Japan. She was like one of the heads of A&R for Roadrunner Tokyo for Japan, Roadrunner Japan.
Nice.
She works with Slipknot and all those guys, and
Yeah.
and Soulfly, and I met her through that whole situation, and then when she moved to the States, we were together. Boom, baby, married, the whole thing, and when she got pregnant, we're like, she suggested that we move to Japan to have our son so we could
Smart.
have dual citizenship,
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
support group with her parents,
Yeah, man.
let them experience it. It was easier
Yeah.
on me, So we got married and moved to Japan for 4 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How was that, man? Like going from living in America, I can't imagine. I mean, I've been to Asian countries, but to like live
crazy.
there,
It was insanely cool, man. Like I had a beach cruiser, and I would just ride the streets of fucking Tokyo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tokyo's a trip.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Are you still married to your
Yeah,
wife?
my wife's in the other room
and
now,
your
yeah.
and your son is the so.
Yep.
Dude, that's awesome. You got to experience that and the culture, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
probably appreciate that even
And they
more.
probably have better health care and birthing and
100%.
everything. Like
everything. It was
the
amazing.
shit you're supposed to have, they're probably like, there you
Yep.
go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got taken good care of. As a matter of fact, we even have a college program set up for my son now. He's 8. Since birth, they've been putting money into an account for us as long as we match it until he's 18, and then we have money set up for college.
Dude, that's so stellar.
That's the way.
And
they
that's
roll.
from Japan.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
sitting in an account in Japan. Then when he's ready for college, we just
Can he
take
use
it
that
out.
here, or does he have to go to
Here,
Japan?
anywhere.
It would be pretty rad to go back to Japan to go to college or something. That'd be
I know.
crazy.
That might actually end up happening.
Yeah, that'd
Did
be
We
you
talked
re-
about it.
Did you run a club or something in Japan?
I sure did, man. The manager for Snot owned the Roxy Theater in Hollywood, Nick Adler. So when I was living in Japan, one of the other A&R guys from Roadrunner Records, who my wife introduced me to, he was a businessman. He had a small bar in Shibuya. He also had a dance school. Like in Japan, having a dance school is cool. They're like learning dance moves and like a big one, like a university almost.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Like that movie. There was a TV show about dance. Anyway. Anyway.
Glee? Is Glee the show or
It's a big one. Fame.
I like
Fame.
Glee. Oh,
Fame? Okay, yeah,
It
yeah,
was like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They had a Japanese version of that.
yeah. Cool.
Anyway, excuse me. So I'm like trying to spin my wheels. What am I going to do in Japan? I can't get a job. I live in Japan. I'm literally going crazy out there, bored. One night, I'm at this guy's bar, and you've probably been to that bar. Takashi.
Bar?
Yeah.
the Rainbow of Tokyo.
Rock no Kukuru. Not my bar, but the other bar that I was at. They have Slipknot stuff all up on the walls and shit.
Yeah, that's like, is that the Rainbow of Tokyo? Is that the one?
Yeah, the Rock
that one
no
crazy
Kukuru.
chick owns it or runs it or whatever.
No, that's in Osaka.
Oh, It is in Osaka. What's
Yes,
that one
I
called?
forgot her name. My wife knows her really good.
Yeah, she was rad. It was like the Rainbow of Tokyo, but it was
Right,
like
it's
12 feet by 12 feet.
but badass. Anyway,
Awesome.
That's what I ended up opening was that version in Tokyo. But
Oh, nice.
so I'm in this bar and I'm just having some drinks, and I'm just talking to him like, and off the top of my head I went, you know what? We should open like a Rainbow here. I said that. And he was like, I've been thinking about that. I'm like, what?
Absolutely.
Really? I'm like, well, you know what? I happen to know every rock star in the business. I could get us all the guitars, plaques, whatever merch, whatever we need to, and when they come to Japan, we can throw parties for them and do meet and greets at our bar. I just said it. He was like, that's a good idea.
Or just go there.
Right? Yeah.
Or everybody knows where you're going anyway. You know what I mean?
Or exactly. So I called Nick Adler, the owner of the Roxy, said, can we license your name so it has some cred to it? He said yes. So we made a deal with him.
Dude, smart.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we opened up the Roxy Tokyo. Right. And we opened up for 3 years. And man, it had like checkerboard floor, like a real cafe, like old school 50s,
Yeah.
And it had the red vinyl booths. I had guitars on the wall, Zach Wilde's, the guys from In Flames, System of a Down. I had Fieldy from Korn. I had, everything just on the walls. My shit, Max's shit.
Where'd all that shit go?
It's still in Japan, dude, in storage.
Oh, nice. Cool. I was gonna say because those are probably like the real versions, not like when you go to some bar where it's like signed by whoever, but it's like some court guitar with the, you know what I mean?
No, they're
like,
the real deal, man.
Yeah,
wow. Dude. Yeah, I got Chris Shiflett from the Foo Fighters to send me a signed guitar from it was legit.
Awesome. That's killer, dude.
I made the menu. We had burgers and nachos and like American food, not no Japanese food. I wanted to be like that.
Yeah.
And every time any fucking rock band from Korn to Slipknot guys, we had parties there. We would spread it to the locals that they're all going to be in our bar, so it was always packed.
Yeah.
Was there a big metal scene in Japan there? Like, was people like, oh my God.
Massive.
Dude. Japan loves their fucking metal, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Like that place in Osaka. I think it's Rock Bar or whatever, but
no,
like...
Rock or
Rock?
The Rock. I think it's what it's called.
I think it's Rock. Yeah.
I should ask my wife. She knows. She knows the girl too.
We would always go there when we'd go with Slipknot or whoever. And it
was the Rock.
That's yeah. Mm-hmm. That chick would always show up at the show, and then go to the Rock.
The parties there were good.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, I remember being I had a good buzz, and they were playing Michael. And the guys started playing Michael Jackson, dude, and I'm just like. I'm in the middle of the dance floor.
Dancing to
Michael Jackson.
Japan, dude.
In fucking Osaka. Just, hanging with Paul and Joey. And just like, hey, man, this is, we're having a good time. And then
there's times like that where you feel like, this is living, dude. Real shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds killer. And
then I had like the best Korean barbecue ever. You know what I mean? Like,
actually, Japanese barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this shit,
it's Japanese barbecue, but they are modeled after the Korean one.
Yes. Because I told my, I'm hungry. I was, it's cool girl, and she's like, "Oh, I'll take you to this one. It's the best." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go." And we went. It was like a movie, dude. Where we went. It's all these tiny little roads and alleys, and like, it was like fucking.
Dude, right?
Dude, it was like Blade Runner. Like, I don't know anywhere I'm at. I can never get back to that bar. If this chick's gonna kill me and take my money or my organs, or her boyfriend's waiting to cut my, you know what I mean? Like, I'm done. I'm like, okay, let's go. And it's all this, but it's rad, and it's just like, can we go?
You're so stimulated by the surroundings when you're in Japan, like he's saying, the small roads and all that.
Yeah.
Because it's so fucking different, man.
That's the one place you definitely feel you're in a different world.
You're in a different planet.
You're in a different planet.
Alien planet.
Yes.
It's even the smell of the place. It's just everything.
It's a trip. It's like
so
that's
for
the one
3
place.
years you were there. You lived there
more than 3 years. Yeah.
And you've been there, Arthur, to Japan quite a few times.
Yes, many
times.
Wow,
I've never been to Japan.
Dude,
actually, I have a band that I produced out there, and Arthur went out there and toured with them a little bit.
Yeah, Gunship 666. They're rad. Absolutely.
Yeah. We have a little connection there. Yeah.
Totally.
So so along with the guitar player, did all these bands, which are in this band Channel Zero, what I want to get to, but you're in Japan, you do this club. Then you produce records and shit as well, correct?
Yeah.
Are you still doing that? Were you doing that the whole fucking time you're doing all this other
I've been
shit?
doing it. I started producing albums with Straight Up, okay? And, you know, a lot of producers are guys that just call themselves producers, and I was that guy. Because I would find fucking great bands, and I would jump in as kind of another member and help them make their songs fucking badass.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's the point of a producer. Absolutely.
Right. But you got guys like Arthur, who's really good also as an engineer and stuff. I suck at that. I mean, I've tried, but I'm slow. It's not good. So I always hire a dude that kicks ass, but I come in more.
And you pick good dudes. You
yes,
hire the right dudes.
Oh, yeah. I always get the right guys.
Yeah,
I'm working with Chris.
That's why I'm always asking you, hey, man.
I guess.
Like Alex, he did a great job, dude. He fucking is
killer.
So,
yeah. But, but I have produced, God, I want to say at least 50 records, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Any band that like is well known, or are these all underground?
More on the underground stuff. I mean, Gemini Syndrome, you know, I kind of launched that career. I found them, did their first album, actually hunted down Eric German and Rob McDermott and got them a deal at Warner Brothers. That was
nice.
You pay it forward, man, because earlier in this interview, well, not interview, we hate calling them interviews, but earlier in this fucking podcast with you, dude, like you are saying how the Ugly Kid Joes became mentors and kind of helping you out. And you just seem like super fucking down to earth, where you appreciate, you know, what has been the gifts of the gods of music that I've given to you and your experiences, that now you are giving back to these other fucking bands that are trying to do what you were doing in the late 80s.
I guess so, but I don't even look at it like that. I just enjoy being with musicians.
Yeah,
and I get involved in something, and I get emotionally attached to it. And if I know somebody who might want to hear this, I'll make that happen. I don't think like, oh, I'm doing something for these guys. It's more like, oh, you know,
you're just passionate about music. Same with Arthur. It's like why we're doing this pod. Like we always got 50 fucking balls in the air of projects, man. And I think in 2021, man, it's like you can't just expect to do one thing. It's like you got a fucking social media and a podcast and a YouTube channel and fucking social, you know, all this shit.
Yeah.
And it almost becomes more difficult. Like you were saying, it would be beautiful if the fucking streaming music would end.
I want to go back into a record store and buy some records, man. I mean, I think all of us feel like that. Like
I absolutely miss that, man. Like, I remember as a kid, I'd go buy 45s, and if I had enough money, the fucking record, and like, you know what I mean? Go into Amoeba when Amoeba it was all fucking used vinyl. It was crazy shit. And like, now it's such a tiny part, even though there's
nothing
everything's released on vinyl, but it's just
you hear one song.
It's not
like, oh, it's cool. You don't
like,
You don't listen to an entire piece album anymore.
Everybody's so like, oh, let me just skip that to the next thing. I catch myself doing that too.
I do too. But what was it like, man, when you used to bring home the album and listen to the whole thing, smoke a bowl, and like
the thing is, dude, I
still lose yourself.
I still do that. It was I on Instagram. I was reminded like yesterday or the day before or something. It was like Alice in Chains Jar of Flies turns 27 today, and I have the original pressing of that I drove in a fucking snowstorm in 94 or 93, whatever, and bought it. I remember listening to Rotten Apple for the first. So the other night, dude, I sat in my music room, dude, and I fucking put on that vinyl.
Your man chair? Do you have a man chair in that music room?
Well, I kinda, and I just sat there. I just drank beer and that's what I enjoy to do, man. And my kids are playing. Like my one son plays guitar, my other son plays bass. We spend a lot of time in that room, and I'm constantly playing records and getting, you know, my son likes the Black Keys and different shit. So I'm buying him some vinyl, and he's like, for Christmas, he's like, Dad, can I get, you know, this and this on vinyl? That's on his Christmas list. So I'm trying to, they have grown up obviously with streaming, but having a dad that loves the fucking you know, growing up in the 90s and shit. So
my dad's vinyl collection.
That's awesome.
So it's but there's nothing like it. Like I was telling my son, I was like, son, when I put on that record and shit, and I was like, dude, I remember being at my mom's house by myself hearing Rotten Apple and Nutshell, just the whole Jar of Flies album, and like fucking mind blown. I never heard it before. Like there was no, and it's like, are you going to fucking remember? Oh yeah, I remember January 23rd, 2021 when I was listening to Pandora and I heard this streaming song of
right. It's not going to be as special. Right?
No.
Who's that? Oh, I'll look later and see who that was.
Yeah, I'll YouTube it.
Yeah.
But dude, so you've lived this crazy life and you're still doing music. So, you know, you do the Japan thing, the club, producing records, and then your current band. Are you still in the band Channel Zero? Is that
absolutely? Yes, we are.
Tell me all about Channel Zero.
Well, okay, another crazy story for you.
If you got time, we got time, dude.
I don't mind at all.
I got this much more beer.
My wife's gonna kill me.
I'm about to.
I have one more.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Channel Zero.
Yes.
I'm living in Hollywood and I'm out of my mind. I'm a rainbow dude. I'm like bandless.
I had my rainbow stage.
Drinking too much, just being a moron. And the manager for a band called Sick of It All, Lawrence Masters.
I loved Sick of It All back in the day.
Yeah, he's a Belgian dude. Anyway, he hits me up and he's like, "Hey man, I got a gig for you." I thought gig meaning producing. So he said, "Yeah, this band Channel Zero." So I was like, "Cool." So I checked it out. I don't even remember how I checked it out. They didn't have like YouTube at the time, but somehow I found it and checked it out. And I called him back. I'm like, "Dude, what do they want to do? Like pre-production?" I started talking like recording an album type thing.
Yeah.
He's like, no. They want a guitar player. And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute." I thought I was kind of done, honestly, at that point.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You
Interesting.
know? Yeah. And I almost had given up, man. Like at that point, I just was in a weird place. And so I rethought it. They contacted me. They called me from Belgium and said, "Look, man, we have 6 nights sold out on a reunion thing. They had broken up for like 10 years.
Oh wow.
And we sold out 6 nights at the Unseen Belgique in Brussels.
Wow.
It's a 2,000-seater. They put one night on sale. They hadn't been together in a long time. They're pretty big out there. And it sold out in like 2-3 minutes. It was stupid. So they put another night. It sold out real quick. Another night. By the next day, they had sold out 6 nights.
Wow.
Golly.
Right? Their guitar
That's
player
awesome.
quit.
Oh my God.
It's like, "I ain't doing it." They're like, "Wow."
Wow. That's crazy.
So you're rewinding to the fucking Max Cavalera, learn these songs in 8 days,
I'm
motherfucker.
that guy. I can do it. So, but they gave me a long time. I had like 3 months. Something like that.
Nice.
Or no, I think even 6 months. It was like a long time.
Yeah.
So
I can handle that.
yeah. So they said, "Look, man, you're one of a handful of guys we want to try out. Are you interested?" Danny Spitz was.
Tracks.
He was one of the guys.
What happened to that guy, man?
I know, right?
I used to love him.
I know, me too, big time. And there was a few others. There was some European guitar players, and I grabbed my guitar and a backpack. I threw some clothes in the backpack and flew to Brussels, man. And I had learned like 10 songs.
Nice.
This was like in the first 3 or 4 weeks or whatever. They said, "Come try out."
Yeah, right.
You know. So I show up. I came into the rehearsal. And we played 10 songs like it was a show. We're headbanging and sweating. It was hot.
Right.
And we're looking at each other like, whew, at the end of those 10 songs, we just burned through them. And they were like, "Damn." So we did it again. We played another set. We were drinking Jack. We were getting hammered. Yeah.
Yes.
Getting super drunk. And we vibed so hard. That night, they came to my hotel and said, "Do you want to be in the band?"
That's
or
awesome.
you want, no, not in the band. "Do you want to do those shows with us?" They hadn't decided if they want to have a band. It was just a get back together.
Do the
Reunion.
Yeah.
You know?
Get paid.
So I was in. I was like, yeah, hell yeah. So I went home for a while, and then it became time to start doing those shows. They had like a full production with like risers, and it was only a 2,000-seater, but they went big because there was so much money. You know?
6 shows sold out.
6 shows sold out in the same venue.
2,000 people is pop. That's good money.
It was like 2,500. It was like consecutive nights, so it was like 20,000 people. Sold. It was good. Right. So we put together this kill. They put together the stage. It was risers. I felt like Kiss. You know, it was rad right next to the drummer. They had these big screens behind us. It was so cool. Mm-hmm. And in doing that, we had nights off because we did like, I guess 5 nights of just rehearsal in the venue with the lights and the risers and the.
Oh wow!
It was cool. Mm-hmm. And in doing that, we'd go home or to the hotel, which was next door, and we would party a little bit. And I had my guitar, and this first night, the singer's like, "We're never doing a record." I'm like, "That's cool." And we'd be playing, hanging out, and have my little guitar. I'd play some riffs, and he'd be like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Something I'm coming up with." yeah. Next night, pretty soon he's like, "Dude, you driving me? Do you want to fucking make a record?" I'm like, "Yeah."
That's fucking awesome. Man.
Yeah,
that's rad.
Yeah. So
power of the riff, man.
That's right.
100%. And pretty soon, I mean, actually, he made it special. He took me out and got me drunk one night after the shows were all done and said, "Do you want to make an album?" So we did. We said, "Cheers, let's do it." And then we made "Feed 'Em with a Brick," our first album, and it went gold immediately. And gold out there is like only 25,000 or something like that. Yeah. But
I gotta get my record out there.
Yeah. Actually, I have that gold record right here. I'll take you and show you since we're talking about it. It's right here on my wall. That bad boy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, that's killer. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I like is I like the fact that you are proud of your accomplishments because some people I don't know, man. It's part of your history, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that you should be proud of because nowadays, even 25, fuck. If one of my bands sold 25,000 records, I'd be like, fuck.
That's a big accomplishment these days, man.
Yeah, dude, absolutely, man. Yeah, no, I always appreciate you fucking your hustle, you're badass, what you do. It's awesome, bro. Man. Absolutely, dude. Mad respect.
Thank you very much, man.
And Channel Zero is still is that?
Well, yeah, we've done 2 records since then.
Yeah.
So we did 3 total. I've been in the band 11 years.
Wow.
It's just I can't believe it's been 11 years, man. This month, actually.
Are you still playing guitar like for fun? Like, are you always fucking writing and jamming and playing and?
I'm always
like,
playing.
do you have like a home studio and stuff? Like,
you know what? I don't hear at the apartment, but I do got these bad boys set up, just hanging out.
Dude, that Kramer's dope, dude. I almost bought one of those.
The Beretta, dude.
Yeah, I found one in the pawn shop. I almost bought it, but they wanted a little too much more than what.
Dude, isn't that cool? I get a whole
those are dope.
Those are the ones that are 3 different tunings. So if I feel like playing C standard, I'll play that. Then I got an actual E standard because I like to play the maiden and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I got
an SG and E's for that. Yeah, totally.
Right, you have to. And then I recently got into E flat because of Edward Van Halen passing away.
Yeah.
So what's on the horizon for you, man? Like, COVID's been happening, so obviously no shows. No, are you?
I'm writing a new album. I'm writing a new album right now.
For Channel Zero?
No, for another project I just started called Woyote.
Woyote.
Me and Aaron Nordstrom from Gemini Syndrome, the singer, we have a side project because his band just put out a new album. So I'm kind of not even supposed to talk about this right now because they're still just released the album. They don't want to confuse anybody.
Well, this will come out in probably
there you go.
A month.
Okay, cool.
Does that work? A month?
Yes. Okay. I don't care, man. But we've written 10 new songs.
Nice.
And
what kind of shit is it? Like, is it?
It's super influenced by Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be right up my alley then.
I've been lucky enough to hear it. It's dope. The mix is fucking sounds slamming.
I sent Arthur some songs.
Melodic. It's cool riffs.
Arthur's ear, man. Yeah.
It's melodic. It's dope. First thing I said is like, who did that mix? What the fuck?
Dude, that shit's good. You got to get Chris Collier.
I can't afford that, but sure, okay.
No.
Maybe for ape shit.
He's producing the new Korn album right now. And
nice.
I can get you a serious hookup with him. He's cool. But he's recording this record with me and Aaron. So
nice.
Is there a social media account that people can follow, or like
not yet?
It's all new. This is
brand new. It's not
breaking fucking news here on Riff Killers podcast.
I'll tell you what, Matt. If you give me your email, I'll
shoot you an email because I'd love to send you my band Moombo's. We got 2 records on vinyl, so I'll send you a couple of that shit. But yeah, I'd love to know what you're up to, man. And
I'll send you a couple songs for sure.
Yeah, and seriously, mad respect for the tragedy of losing your singer. And I mean, some people will be like, "Fuck, that's the end. I'm done."
That was the beginning for me. Really
persevere. Yeah. And it's like this just fucking certain things were placed in your life at the right time. Talking about your fucking bar you did when you're just like, "Hey, we should do this bar," and bam, it happens. It's like, man, everything happens for a reason, man, and it seems you got a killer story, dude.
Thank you so much. When I start talking about it, I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? I've been doing that a lot lately. Where like, man, I got some crazy stories.
Oh, hell yeah!
You know what I mean? Where like, there's whatever's going on, the world is fucking fucked, and everybody's fucked, and everybody hates each other. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, probably not anytime soon, but
I don't see any shows happening until 22.
No, dude, everybody's posting festivals in 21. I'm like, you're all fucking stupid. I get why they're doing it, but
why? Like a friend of mine,
dude, like 1 million festivals, 2021. No,
well, like in the United States, it's like, oh, Rage Against my friends. Like, I got Rage Against the Machine tickets for August. I'm like, dude, you really think that's gonna fucking happen?
No way.
Sucks, but
on a business aspect of it, because again, it's a business. The hard thing they're finding to do is who's going to carry the insurance.
Right. Oh, wow.
Dude, you want to get business deep. Dude, all these mega shows, everybody, it's like anything else. There's insurance involved. Who's going to fucking write that? You know what I mean? Like,
they're like, I got COVID at your show.
Yeah, man, because nobody knows the implications somebody goes to the show, gets COVID, goes home, they die, their family sues whoever, AEG or fucking... your band, my band, whoever's band, the venue, the fucking, because they went to that show and you didn't do your procedures right, and my fucking friend got COVID and they died, and now we're doing a fucking civil suit for fucking $20 million. That's what they're having a hard time is finding who's going to cover the insurance for said, because we were working on doing a drive-in show, and we had to get like this. I think they were like a European company, but they could do stuff in America too. But they were the only company that would be like, okay, we're gonna like try to do a big live, drive-in screens, but fully audio, all that shit.
Right, drive-in
still might, but I'm
like,
just, yeah, dude. What I don't like about the drive-in thing is like they still feed it to your car or whatever. I want to do it with a full PA, so that's blasting and subs, and your car's rattling because you're fucking listening to some rock, not because like. You're tuning in.
A lot of people are doing those. Like you get a stage, you put the band on it, and then you buy tickets and do it online.
Well, I wish more bands would do that, because honestly, I watched a Down. I paid money to
Down was the only one I liked.
I paid money for Clutch. I paid money for this cello player that played in this band called Rasputina. Her name's Zoe Keating. She played badass cello player.
That's pretty cool.
And I fucking dug it.
They got to do the production right, though. Otherwise,
they do.
It just sounds like shit.
I feel good about it, because I'm like drinking. It's weird, but I'm like, man, I'm drinking beer in my house. I'm supporting the artist, whether it's $10, but it's like, fuck if
Dude, honestly, for the artist, brother, it's only a survival thing for them. They don't want to do that.
No. Oh, I know, but I'm saying I'm willing to.
They're just training all of us to stay home, plug in, fucking tune out, don't go anywhere.
Make some money. They're like,
fucking make your shitty minimum wage and pay and buy all this shit we're selling you, and shut the fuck up and go home and plug in and tune the fuck out. That's what they're fucking training everybody to do.
Well.
So idiocracy is coming. Absolutely.
It's been here for a while.
So, Mikey, for the people out there listening to this that want to find what you're doing, what is the easiest way for them to follow your shit?
Oh, just call him. His number's 880.
Yeah, number.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, dude, I'm so lame. I have like 2,000 followers on Instagram. I just don't do it, you know? I'm on Facebook.
It's another full-time job.
I overpost and all kinds of shit
Yeah.
on Facebook and lose friends and just this.
Yeah.
Just-
It's over.
I hear you. But
I eased way back, dude. I pulled way back out of that shit, but I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
It is a
right
hard,
now.
you know,
I'm not really good at that stuff. But you know what? If you want to go to Mikey Doling Instagram, I'm there. You can always message me. I'm going to start trying to do it more. You know, that's probably the place to go.
And follow the bands. And if a band, like, let's say someone's listening, like, fuck, dude, I'm a huge Snot fan. I would love to fucking have you help them out with their fucking new record or something. Like,
Hit me on Instagram. Message me.
hit 'em
I'm
on
there.
Instagram. So, dude, your stories are beautiful, and
Thank
thank you for taking the time away from your family to
No
talk
problem,
about us.
dude.
This is a heavy
Absolutely.
podcast, man. I mean, we
It's a
talked
good
about heavy
I cried.
shit. I mean,
I
I
know,
cried, bro.
I wouldn't
fucking
like
cried.
reach in there and give you a hug, man. I was like, ah.
but no, it's serious.
He's always here, man. He's always around. He's always right here.
Oh yeah,
He's always right here.
dude. Well, thank you guys so much, and
Okay.
and we will see you guys next.
Mike, thank you,
time.
man.
Thanks for having me.
We'll do a part 2 because we can go on forever.
Hey, absolutely, man. Anytime, ring me up. And Art, if you want to come out to Orange County, man, there's a Hangar 24, this brewery here. They have outdoor, like full outdoor bands play even now, right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they
Dude,
have
we'll
all-
go. I need to
it's
get the fuck out of town for like a
super
minute.
fun. Come on up,
I've
man.
been
I'd love to have
I've been
you.
locked up. Absolutely.
Dude.
All right, man.
Okay,
You're
guys.
watching Riff Killers podcast.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
Artie, Mikey Doling, what a fucking cool guy. What
Yeah, man.
stories,
Great
man.
stories, man. This podcast is all about stories. As a lot of things these days are. You see, it's all these rad stories. You know, we were talking earlier about. I've been just diving in all these rad Prince stories because everybody can tell their Prince stories now. But that's what you know. Again, thanks to Mikey. Awesome, great dude, great stories. Like, subscribe, whatever. We're gonna keep giving you rad people, musicians, artists, you name it. Whatever they do, they're cool people that we know. We're gonna talk to them. It's gonna be awesome.
And stay tuned soon, because coming up shortly in the next couple weeks, we have a chat with Mr. John Garcia, your bandmate, your
Yeah,
good
buddy,
friend,
come on now.
my good friend. We talk about, in-depth stuff with Unita and Caius and Slow Burn, the whole nine. So we got awesome shit on the horizon. So
Yeah.
check it out. Check out all of our past episodes, man, with Paris.
Tell
and
your
Ty
friends,
Zamora.
people.
Yeah.
Tell your friends. We're trying to
Yeah.
get this going. Come on now.
Cheers, everybody.
All right, cheers. Have a great night, everybody. Come on now.